Hey guys, Chandler here, back on my channel Alternate Journey, and today in this video I am giving you guys tips and advice on how to come out within the LGBTQ+ community. I've definitely had some experience with this, obviously, since I myself am a trans man. I came out to my family about a year and a half ago, I believe. I've learned many things throughout the years coming out to individuals, and then also some advice that individuals within the community has given to me. So today I'm here sharing that with you guys. So yeah, let's just jump right in. Coming out is different for everybody, but the most common thing is nerves, and it is totally normal to have nerves when you are coming out. Coming out is a big deal within someone's life, and it is a very scary moment within someone's life as well, because when we are coming out to someone, we are being very vulnerable. We are letting them into our true selves, whether it is with our gender or sexuality. We always think of the negative things that are going to happen from stories that we've heard, or just like anything really. Our brains just go right to the negative side effects of whether or not we are going to be disowned from our family and friends, and we're going to be mocked and made fun of, or be part of like a hate crime. Of course, our brain always just thinks of the extreme negatives, and that's where all the nerves are going to come into. But it's totally perfectly normal to have these feelings. But after you come out, and you've come out to multiple people, you'll realize that you have gained so much confidence, and that there are people out there that will always support you and encourage you to be your true self. And that doesn't always have to be your family. Blood does not mean that that is going to be your family throughout life, unfortunately. But just know there is going to be so many people within life, especially within the community itself, that is going to be there to support you every step of the way. Coming out doesn't have to be this big major event. There's many videos out there on YouTube about like 100 ways to come out, whether it's like this big thing with like a banner, making a rainbow cake or whatever. Don't make it such a big thing. The best coming out experiences for me and for others that I've heard is just having like small groups of people, just talking to them face to face, especially since you do not know what their reaction is going to be, so you don't want to just like waste your time with this big giant thing and have it fall through for you. Of course though, if you know that your family is extremely supportive of the community, yes, go ahead, bake that rainbow cake, make a cute TikTok out of it. I would love to see that, of course. Regardless of anything, make sure that you are ready to come out and that you are in a safe place to come out and that you're not putting yourself at risk. I extremely suggest don't do it on major holidays or events. I know that it may seem like the best opportunity to come out to everybody because like everybody is there. You can just do it in one shot, everyone knows, there you go. But unfortunately, that's not the best case because you're telling everyone at the same time and everyone reacts differently, and people can play off other people's emotions, so they're not showing their true actual reaction to you coming out just because like someone within their family or like a friend group or whatever doesn't approve of it, but they do, but they don't want to be seen as something else from that friend, so it's just like they're going to react a little bit differently from their true actual reaction. So that's why I do not support that. Also, if you have a negative outcome from your coming out, you might ruin that holiday for you every year. And then also, people just don't like it when you like bash on their event or whatever and make it about yourself. Make sure when you come out to individuals, you have their complete attention. Make sure they're not busy doing something, trying to organize something. Make sure you actually sit down with them, look at them eye to eye, and make sure they're actually listening. Also, you can have a friend or a sibling with you that you have already came out to and for emotional support. Make sure when you are sitting down the individual that you're coming out to, or the small group, make sure that you start it off kind of firm, basically saying in the lines of, I'm not asking your permission to do this, I am telling you what I am, you can choose to accept this or not. And then list whatever you are coming out to. I'm trans, I'm gay, whatever it is. That way they know that this is something serious to you and that it's not some joke and that you have actually really thought this through. If you find it that it is really hard for you to actually say these words, like you know that you are ready to come out, but every time when you go to talk to that individual or small group, you just can't get those words out, write a letter. Whether it's to your parents, another family member, or a friend. Write a letter, put it on their bed, mail it to their house, or hand it to them and tell them to open it later. This is beneficial for many reasons. It's beneficial for the fact that your nerves won't get to you and you'll actually come out to them. you get to write down everything that you wanted to say. Because unfortunately, when we have face-to-face interactions with nerves involved, we forget to say certain aspects that we wanted to mention. And then also, it is beneficial for the person that you are coming out to, because it gives them time to process what you are telling them, especially when it comes terms with things that they are not familiar of. So they can process what you are telling them. When they are ready, they can come to you and have the discussion about your coming out. Everyone reacts differently, and unfortunately, everyone is not accepting. That is why it is extremely important to make sure that you're not putting yourself at risk for coming out. If you know that you cannot be out at home, make sure you have a safe outlet that you can go to. Whether that is an LGBTQ plus programs at your school, there's certain alliances, there's counselors that you can go to, or a community center that has certain events, or even just reach out online to other people involved in the community to create new friends. That way you have that outlet to talk to individuals who are going through the same experiences that you are and could help you with more advice. And also, it just makes you definitely feel like you are not alone. Be patient, especially when it comes in terms of your parents. Since birth, your parents pretty much planned out the rest of your life. They pretty much planned you to date, then marry a cis individual of the opposite sex that you were born as. They expect you to get a house with them, maybe a few animals, and have natural conceived children. Unfortunately, that is not the case with every family. In my case, I am a trans bisexual man, and I'm in a relationship with a non-binary individual. So unfortunately, I cannot conceive a natural family, but that doesn't mean I can't have one. It's probably different than what my family planned when I was younger, but it's going to be perfect for me later on, and I'm not ashamed of it at all. Your parents especially will feel like you have changed a lot, because since you're coming out, especially depending on what you're coming out as, if you're trans, changing the pronouns, the names maybe. If you're a lesbian, you're bringing around a girlfriend, not a boyfriend anymore, and everything. Your parents may think that you have changed, but over time they will realize that you now are who you've always been. You are that same child that they have raised, just a little different in the terms that they're more true to themselves, and they're not afraid to show it anymore. Depending on their knowledge of the LGBTQ plus community, they will have a lot of questions, especially when it comes to terms of you coming out with gender. Sexuality, fortunately, is now like a well-known thing, especially with like gay, lesbian, bi. If you're coming out as like asexual, you may have to explain exactly what that is. Pansexual, you may have to explain a little bit too. But gender is that main one that is very confusing to many individuals, especially if they themselves are not in the community. Some of the questions may be very invasive and extremely personal, but their excuse for these questions are always that they're just curious and that they want to be informed, they want to be involved with your life and like make sure that you're making the right decisions and everything like that. And just know that yes, they can ask questions, but some things you can keep private. Don't feel like you have to open up and answer everything. And of course, sometimes you may not even know the exact response you want to give or even know your answer to that question. You can know everything about yourself within your own journey of gender or sexuality, but you do not have to express that to everybody. You're going to find yourself coming out in many different scenarios throughout your life. Our gender and sexuality is actually a big part of who we are as an individual, and you're going to find that in many scenarios throughout your life. But I can tell you this, that throughout time, it gets better and a lot easier. You're going to gain a lot more confidence, and in the end, it doesn't really matter what other people think about your gender or sexuality, because it is only affecting your life. It is not affecting theirs. Anyways, that is it for this video. I hope you guys found it helpful. Please write down below your thoughts and maybe even your own coming out experiences or any other advice that you want to give to other viewers watching this. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you are new, and definitely hit that bell down below so you can get notifications whenever I upload a video. I make videos whenever I can, but you can always expect important updates on my transition. Alright, see you guys.